you can see this better than my last video. See if I can zoom in just a little bit more. I had said when I posted this yesterday that I had plans to do something different with it. And this is a different thing. If you can see, like, up around the sun there, I had planned to give it a somewhat Van Gogh inspired appearance. And so I wanted an underwash on it because I'm not making the whole painting out of little tick marks like this. I'm just doing filler, I guess would be the right word, or maybe the background is the filler. But either way, this is what we're working on today. And as I get farther from the sun, I'm making my colors a little bit more orangey, and then as I get over into this area, it'll be a darker orange and maybe even something similar to alizarin crimson, maybe. Let's see what I did. Yesterday, I think I used the rose red in this Melion palette for that side, mixed with the cadmium yellow. So I thought maybe somebody might want to just watch me paint. I'd like to have music on for the background, but I have heard, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I had heard that when you post videos, if you have music playing that is copyrighted, or I don't know if that's the right word, but like a popular music, that you're violating some user rights. So I don't want to do that. So what I'm doing here is leaving little bits of color that are just a little darker than the background so that they'll stand out on top. I'm not worrying so much about the layout, but I'm about done doing the sun and going to move into swirls. But see how it's leaving just a tiny little bit of a petal, droplet, whatever you want to say. That will leave the color a little bit darker. So next, I'm going to just kind of go wild into a swirl to make like wind. So from here, let's go out from right there. We'll follow the sun for a little bit of it. And I'm sorry if my hand is in the way for a lot of this. I'm trying to keep it from it, but I'm just going to do this kind of largely here. This is sort of like Zen doodling. Have you guys ever done that? I've done it, but I do it on quilting, actually. So when I make quilts, I usually have patterns that I stitch into the actual quilting, which is the part that holds the quilt together. It's not the part that's makes the patchwork. that part is different. That is the patchwork portion, but the quilting is the part that holds the quilt together. And I'm shaking. That's where I like to play on a quilt, is the stitch work. And I like to make it like a focal point when I can. Let's add a little bit of yellow back into that. The lighter yellow instead of the orangey yellow, just for fun, because that's kind of light right through there. Add a bit of visual interest. And then one of the reasons that I curled this the way that I have is because I plan to do something similar in the water. And I thought it would be nice to have a visually similar type of swirl, sort of for balance. So this is, I don't know if I said it already or not, but it's kind of, for me, it's sort of reminiscent of Vincent VanGough, who is one of my favorite artists, not just because of his work, but because of his backstory. And I'll probably get it wrong if I start to talk about that, so you'll just have to investigate it yourself. But to my understanding and best recollection, he had a lot of mental anguish, frustrations, things that bothered him that he dealt with on a regular basis, just like pretty much all of us do. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it was the times or maybe he was enough of a public figure that people noticed more. But for whatever reason with him, it was sort of a public knowledge kind of thing. Like a lot of people knew about it, and I guess he wrote a lot of letters. There was a book that I wanted to get one time. I didn't, and then I wished that I had, and when I went back it was gone. But it was a book that was just absolutely full. It was about a 5x8 size book full of Vincent VanGough letters. And I thought it would be really interesting to see what kind of things that he felt like he wanted to communicate to people. Yeah. Don't really have time to read all that anyway. It's nice, but I don't really want to visit the troubles of another person very much because we have enough trouble of our own without borrowing it, right? So, because of Facebook's posting regulations or whatever you want to call it, I won't be able to make this a very long video. You won't be able to see the whole thing done. Might put some of it on YouTube, maybe. I don't know. But I think they allow me about 15 minutes on Facebook for a video. So it'll be short. You won't have to listen to me forever. But I just wanted to share what I was doing, a little bit of the thoughts behind it, in case anyone was interested in watching. And if watching someone paint is something that you would like to see more of, just let me know. Because I definitely enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things to do, to decompress, relax, just have some quiet time to myself. So there you have it. And I think I'm going to stop the video pretty close to right here. So thanks for watching. And you can see how it's kind of going to turn out. And I'm going to do the whole thing that way. If you would like to see more of it, just let me know. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you don't care, give me a like and a follow and a comment. All those things help me, shares especially. I'm trying really hard to get to 500 followers because since I paint anyway, I thought maybe I could get Facebook to allow me to be monetized. But to do that, I have to have 500 followers and I have to keep them for a time to be eligible. So if you could help me with that, I'd really appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.